There are so many things coming out of the White House and your local government that it's hard to focus on just one issue, right? Even for just a day, a single day, it's hard to focus on just one issue. But today, we're going to try to do that. Today, we're going to try to focus on one thing. And it's stuff you've actually already heard about, stuff that you may think is separate, but it's all actually one little thing. You've probably seen those videos of the tree sitters out in Pennsylvania. If you saw my coverage of the Bayou Bridge Pipeline, but most likely you've seen footage or information about the Dakota Access Pipeline. All one company, Energy Transfer Partners, all one company. And since you've probably heard about a lot of it, I'm not going to go into great detail, which is what I did last time. This time, I'm just going to run through a few quick little crimes that they committed, and I don't use that word lightly at all. But we're going to start with the Trans-Pecos Pipeline, okay? Trans-Pecos Pipeline took land from 34 local Texans right there, and 143 miles of that is intrastate pipeline. So what that means is they don't have to do no environmental, archaeological, socioeconomic, safety, or routing studies in order to put this thing down, right? Then we got the Mariner East 2 pipeline, which is a 350 plus mile pipeline running through Ohio, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania. And it did a massive land grab, which is why those people are sitting in those trees, and started drilling before it actually got any permits. And just contaminating the drinking wells with drilling fluid is just the tip of the iceberg with that pipeline. Then we have the Rover Pipeline, which has set a record for environmental violations. Runs through Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Ohio, Michigan, and Canada, and had a 2 million gallon spill in Ohio. 2 million gallons of drilling fluid. Then, of course, the most famous is the Dakota Access Pipeline, which now the judges are saying all of the putting that laying that pipe was illegal. But the biggest atrocities that they committed there were against U.S. citizens. Not saying that damaging the land, putting these pipelines down, isn't attacking citizens, but this is a direct attack that happened by who? Tiger Swan. Who is Tiger Swan? Well, if you watch John Oliver or The Daily Show, you've probably seen a bit, right? They're a contracted security company who used to work out in Afghanistan hunting down terrorists. Well, leaked documents stating that they planned and executed anti-terrorist tactics on U.S. citizens. This is a major thing, and that's something you should be concerned about, and I'm going to bring that up later. Now, how can you do something about this, right? You who have a job where you work 40 hours a week, if not 65, and you have kids and they have after-school programs in school, and you have parents that you have to take care of, spouses that you have to take care of, and the house you got to clean, you got to wash dishes and cut the grass. You got a lot on your plate. I understand. I'm right there with you. You can't just go out there and sit with the stand-ins and the groups. But there's something you can do. And because of those groups that are out there fighting the good fight separately, up against this one big monster, they've decided to all come together. All of those little groups have come together to fight the big monster, and they've created a national day to stop ETP. And that's on September 9th. And there's something you can do about that. Before September 9th, you need to go to stopetp.org. I'm going to say that again, stopetp.org. And there are actions listed. You can register and you can take actions in your town, even if there is no pipeline in your town. And if there are no actions set up in your town, you can create one and register and do it on September 9th. Now, there's different examples of stuff you can do. I am a big advocate of divesting, and I discussed in intricacy the different banks that are involved with the energy transfer partners, and I have discussed that I think that this company is another mortgage bubble waiting to happen. All of these oils and chemicals and products that are being pumped through these pipes are all of it is for export. Export into a world that is becoming increasingly, or trying to become, energy fuel independent. They don't want to depend on oil anymore for anything, or so why is this not a mortgage bubble? Because it's all big banks, and they're spending so much money investing into this. And if you think your tax money is not being involved, you are just wrong. So you can divest. Go to your bank. See what your bank's involved in. Go pull your money out. And if you haven't done it already, wait till the 9th. Go pull it out and tell them why you're pulling it out. Then we have the Sunco gas station. You can just simply stop buying gas from them, because that's all the same people too. Then we have, if you have a Army Corps office in your town, you can call, you can just drop by and discuss your concerns. There's a bigger thing that I think everyone should be concerned with, even if you aren't on the side that I'm on when it comes to these pipelines. If you don't care whatsoever about the pipelines, you still need to look into anti-protest legislature that is being passed everywhere, or it's being put up to get passed everywhere. You need to call your officials, and because what they want to do is label protesters as terrorists so that they can legally attack U.S. citizens for practicing their constitutional right to protest. We can't let this stand. We can't. So go to stopetp.org and find an action, create an action, register an action for September 9th. Now, as far as if you don't know any of the information I was discussing earlier about those pipelines, you can go to societyofnativenations.org and you can find out all about the Trans-Pecos pipeline. You can go to White Pine, PA. Again, that's White Pine, PA on Facebook page. They're going to tell you everything about the East 2 pipeline, and I'm going to list a few other websites that you can check out at the end of this. There's a toolkit that you can find at the stopetp.org site on what the toolkit on how you can help to stop things. There's also with the societyofnativenations.org, there's a page on how you can get involved without actually having to be at the place. And they are actually going to be going to Dallas to visit Mr. Kelsey Warren at the Energy Transfer Partners main building on the 8th. They're doing that on the 8th, and then they're doing the action on the 9th. So, yeah, there's something you can do. Look at that. And it's not just call someone. And how lovely is that? You can feel a little less like everything's happening to you, and you can feel like you're doing something.